Support WrestleTalk!
Hello and welcome to WrestleMania 36 predictions time. It might be too big for one night, but it's not too big for one video when everyone is working remotely and recording their feeds separately at home. Oh my god, this took a long time to set up. So we're going to kick this off with a big one. There are 16 matches on this card. We're going to start off with The Fiend versus John Cena, and I'm going to go first because my prediction, I'm just going to set my expectations for disappointment right now, and that is that John Cena emerges victorious. Just the idea that 6 years after John Cena derailed Bray's career at WrestleMania 30, whatever it was, he's going to do it again, but this time with The Fiend. And he's going to probably hold The Fiend's mask aloft. And yeah, I'm going to set my expectations for that. And that means I won't be disappointed. Well, I will be disappointed.
I think The Fiend's going to win. The opposite, in fact.
I also think that Cena is winning because it's the superhero overcoming, and I think that they will build to a rematch at the next pay-per-view that The Fiend will then win, and they'll treat it like that's fine.
I think The Fiend is going to win. There's been a lot of news that John Cena has had a lot of kind of input in the creative side and is kind of pushing a lot of Bray's ideas, so I think he's actually being quite supportive of The Fiend. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's finally decided, you know what, yeah, all right, I screwed you over a few years ago, so now I'm going to pay you back.
I think because it's being shot on Asylum home video, that means The Fiend's definitely winning, and they can do it in a way that Cena doesn't get pinned or submitted. The Fiend will just make Cena disappear, and then the bell will ring, and everyone will go, oh, has The Fiend won? And it'll be unsatisfying, but The Fiend can then say, I made John Cena disappear. Aren't I spooky?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. We haven't considered if there is actually, a finish to this match. There might not be someone declared the winner because it's just a short film.
John Cena goes in a blender, they whisk him up, he's made into jam, he's eaten.
I'm going The Fiend because it's the one that makes sense, and I don't know why I just said it made sense because that doesn't mean WWE are going to do it, but I'm sticking with my heart. I'm going The Fiend.
Sort of on equal billing with John Cena versus The Fiend for WrestleMania Too Big for Just One Night is Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm gonna say that Otis is going to emerge victorious and he's gonna win the woman because WWE's Women's Revolution still means you can win a woman.
Well, I'll have you know, Ollie, that on SmackDown, Mandy cut a promo on Dolph saying, I'm not going to let you guys fight for me like some sort of prize. So, Women's Evolution, actually. I think Otis is going to win, and he's going to kiss Mandy Rose in the middle of the ring, because it's going to come out that Dolph and Sonya have been plotting together. It's going to be great. The crowd are going to love it.
Otis, probably. I don't give a shit.
This is the one good storyline in WWE. And
I know, and it's about
care.
cakes and dancing and women being mean. It's, yeah.
Women are mean. Women are mean.
You've already put too much thought into this.
I have. But the thing is, I want to say it's Otis because I want Otis to get the win, but I also think it could be Dolph. Because, then you can extend this feud out even further. Because we haven't had the reveal, really. Otis hasn't seen the reveal that Mandy's behind that Sonya's behind a lot of this. So do you have, Otis get distracted and Dolph pick up the win here, extend the feud out, and then build to the eventual mixed tag? So I'm going to go on. I'm going to say that Dickhead Dolph wins.
Luke, just to clarify, are all your predictions based off the fact that WWE are extending feuds into a global pandemic?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, just double checking. Yeah, there's weeks and weeks of wrestling we can milk out of Otis and Dolph.
I think Otis is going to win, but in the process he's going to realise he doesn't need Mandy Rose. He's got too much self-respect for that. He's going to put down the cakes, he's going to get in shape, and he's going to be dripping in gash.
It's your thumbnail.
Oh, I want him to just carry Tucky out of the ring. That'd be nice.
That'd be great.
Like
Like the
Homer carries
bodyguard.
Marge.
Love lifts us up where we belong.
Otis is going to win. He's going to hit the caterpillar and turn into a butterfly. Yeah, Mandy will realise that all along she loved him.
Sticking with blonde women, Rhea Ripley, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair, the first woman ever created by Stephanie McMahon.
I'm going against my heart for this one. I'm going with Charlotte Flair. Because I think they're going to want to boost up NXT ratings, and a way to do that is to have Charlotte be on NXT, not for super long. I don't think she'll hold it for that long, maybe a couple months.
I think Rhea Ripley is going to win. I think, well, sort of opposite but similar reasons for Pete. I think if she beats Charlotte, then it'll be like, whoa, okay, she's something special. So I better tune into this every week. I think that's what they're going to be doing.
I think Rhea's already got her big victory over main roster talent at Survivor Series. I think Rhea's going to lose, move over to the main roster, have some fun matchups there. I think Charlotte's going to take the belt to NXT, be a big kind of tentpole superstar for them, and eventually put over, hopefully, Bianca Belair to tie the whole storyline of her, like, doing that to her face. You don't even go here.
I am also going for a Charlotte Flair win, and then Charlotte can beat whoever wins the ladder match at the next NXT show in January.
Chaz, please, Carol.
Charlotte wins because Rhea's going to get the rub. That's what'll really help her get over.
I think that's what Otis is trying to get in his match as well.
How about Bayley defending her title against Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks, Tamina, but not Dana Brooke?
I think everyone's going to be just like, oh, when's Sasha going to turn on Bayley? And Bayley's going to turn on Sasha. Bayley to retain.
Bayley to retain.
I've gone for Sasha, and I think she's going to beat someone that isn't Bayley.
I think I went for Bayley when I put in my predictions.
I'm going to go for Sasha Banks. They're going to be best friends all the way to the end of the match, and then Banks is going to pin Bayley.
I'm going to say Bayley turns on Banks. I like that idea from Pete. So I'm stealing it, and I'm going to go with Bayley.
Hey, Laurie's.
Well, yeah, just take it, Pete.
Good work, Pete.
Thank
Well
you.
done,
Well done,
Pete.
Pete, man. Some more matches that everyone's really hyped for. Elias versus King Corbin.
I think Corbin's winning.
I'm also going King Corbin because it's Elias.
I don't think Elias will be in the match. I think they will make the announcement that Elias has been murdered, and therefore Mojo Rawley will take his place. And the Gronk gets involved, and therefore Mojo and the Gronk win.
Corbin.
Also go with Corbin. And I think, it will turn into a match, but a mixed gender tag match against Mojo and Gronk versus Baron Corbin and that female security guard who stopped the Gronk getting in for that WrestleMania Battle Royal. Long-term booking at its finest. Speaking of long-term booking, Alistair Black versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh. Alistair Black's going to kick Lashley's head off.
Maybe they'll start the Lana Lashley divorce storyline, but yeah, Black's winning.
Alistair Black.
I don't think Bobby Lashley's going to be there, is he? So Alistair Black is going to beat, I don't know, Corbin.
I've forgotten what match we're on, if I'm honest. Oh, Black.
It was the Bobby Clashley.
Yeah, Black, innit?
Have I been? Because I say Alistair Black. Edge versus Randy Orton. Let's do something we're actually excited for.
Edge. All day long. Randy's whole thing is that he's ending Edge's story, and Edge has signed a 3-year contract. So,
Edge, obviously. He's coming back, first singles match back. He's not going to lose.
Edge.
It's Edge, isn't it?
Edge with a little help from his wife.
No, but seriously, this has been one of the best told feuds of many years. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title.
I'm going to go with Sami Zayn, and I don't know why. I just think that it's just too soon for him to lose the belt.
Sami. Yeah, Sami Zayn.
I was going to pick Sami, but 2 other people have picked Sami, so I'm going to do Daniel Bryan. Yep.
Are you having a poo?
I was contemplating heavily. Yes.
You were contemplating.
I don't care as long as it goes 20 minutes. I'm really happy that this match is happening at WrestleMania. But I actually think, what with the uncertain nature of things, I think they're just going to whack it on Daniel Bryan for a lovely feel-good moment.
Sami Zayn's winning.
I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. Let's do a big one. Let's do Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a boner match.
AJ Styles.
Oof.
For reasons.
Oh,
Michelle McCool.
Yeah, I think he's going to bury her as well.
With his boner.
Like the ancient pharaohs, you are buried with your wife.
I think I went for The Undertaker.
Can we all just remember that Undertaker has already beaten AJ Styles? And yet didn't even take his hat or coat off. Like, he does not need to beat him again. And it will be really, really stupid if Undertaker wins.
Luke, I'm pretty sure you ran me down earlier for going with logic.
Oh, Pete, you're right. You are an idiot. You're right.
with Undertaker winning a match he wasn't in Saudi Arabia, and then laying out AJ at Elimination Chamber. I think the same happens here, where Undertaker wins the Boneyard match.
The last time someone was being as relentlessly punked out by Taker in the build to this match was Lesnar. I think Styles is absolutely winning this one. Also, he's not the dead man. He's Biker Taker now, and Biker Taker is significantly lower powered, so they can always use that as an excuse. Undertaker's too angry because he mentioned his wife, which you don't do. She's McCool.
You made me get out of my tiger jacuzzi. I would like to go for Alan Jones, please. How do you win a Boneyard match, have they said?
Well, it's meant to be a buried alive match, but they thought that was kind of insensitively named given the current climate. So I imagine you have to put someone in a coffin or in a
it's still insensitive, whatever
The
you name
optics
it.
aren't
Yeah,
quite,
isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if they're going to do like AJ wins by actually burying Taker, but then Taker rises out of the grave again.
Yeah, that was my prediction from Raw last week. I also want to stress as well that Adam, Laurie, and I have picked Alan Jones, not Aled Jones.
From out of nowhere.
The Kabuki Warriors
right.
versus
I didn't want to
Alexa.
That's fine.
Oh, Pete then. Pete.
I really like all your guys' logic of why AJ's going to win, but it's going to be Taker.
The Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Alexa and Nikki are going to win, and the reason being that Kairi Sane is leaving WWE.
Ooh.
Saying Alexa and Nikki as well, but not for that reason, just because I think they've got bored of the Kabuki Warriors as tag champs. They're like, we'll change it.
Bliss, Cross, applesauce.
Bliss and Cross, because I think they want Asuka in the mix for regular singles competition. And also because Alexa Bliss beat one of them this week, didn't she? With a DDT.
Yeah.
Oh, 2020, a DDT.
I actually agree, but that logic is putting me to the Kabuki Warriors. I think WWE have suddenly, or Vince McMahon specifically, has finally got Asuka's gimmick, and that is random shouting in Japanese. I think he finds that hilarious.
I'm going with Bliss and Cross. Crisscross. Jump, jump. Jump, jump.
The Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza was totally always the plan, guys.
Street Profits.
Street Profits.
Profits beat the Franken team.
Long-term booking at its finest. Street Profits.
Profits. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. This is actually more of an interesting match. I'm going to say Seth Rollins because I think he has the better gimmick right now, and I think WWE would like to turn him into the new Mr. WrestleMania.
I honestly haven't really been watching Raw that much recently.
You've got nothing but time.
Yeah, which I've spent.
Wanking.
Yeah. My penis is chapped.
There's your thumbnail.
No, don't use your thumbnail, Luke. Don't lose your thumbnail.
I'd like to hand in my 2 weeks' notice.
Kevin Owens is going to win.
I think this is going to be the first match because both these guys are very performance center. And so in order to kind of like not have everyone be bummed out about the performance center, they're going to put these guys out and look what the performance center can create. And I think because Seth Rollins turned his back on the performance center and is now Mr. Raw all the way through, and Kevin Owens came back and helped at War Games, I think Kevin Owens is going to hulk up and beat Seth Rollins.
My heart says Kevin Owens, but my head is currently saying Seth Rollins because he kind of is going to look a bit weaker now that he can't have the AOP or people with him. So I feel like maybe he needs a win in this scenario. But I still want to say Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, and that is going to springboard Seth Rollins into being the number one contender to the WWE Championship.
The Miz and John Morrison
Cool, I didn't
are
want to
currently
predict
being
again, Alex.
advertised.
It's totally fine.
Did I not come to you?
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Are you quite done predicting, Pete?
Yeah, I'm done now. Thanks.
The Miz and John Morrison are set to defend their SmackDown tag titles against the New Day of Big E and Kofi Kingston and the Usos. But we know from reports that this actually turned into a singles ladder match between John Morrison and an Uso. We don't know which Uso.
It could have been both, just interchangeably.
What, doing a Bella Twins act?
Yeah,
twin magic.
Hides underneath the ring. I'm
hope
going to
it
say
is.
Morrison. Pete.
I'm gonna say Morrison as well. Thanks for coming to me first, Ollie. I feel really valued as part of this team.
Pete again.
Still Morrison.
Laurie.
Morrison.
Pete.
Morrison.
Adam.
Morrison.
Pete.
An Uso. I mean, a Morrison.
Luke.
Morrison's.
Pete.
Sainsbury's. Morrison.
Andy.
John Morrison.
Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Becky Lynch, I've started calling her Optimus Lynch because she's got that cool truck that she drives around and then she transforms into Lynch Prime. So I'm going to say she loses the title to Shayna Baszler, but the shoulders up.
I'm saying Shayna as well.
I'm so tempted to say Becky, and that builds to the return of Ronda Rousey, and you do the Becky-Ronda match. Yeah, I'm going to say Becky, I think. Yeah, I'm going with Becky Lynch.
I think Baszler is going to finish what she started and eat Becky whole.
Disengaging a jaw like a python.
Shayna Baszler's going to win.
Shayna Baszler, but I could see the argument for Becky Lynch as well, because I feel like in a world in which not a lot of wrestling's happening on TV shows, you've got a lot more Becky Lynch matches. One, to show, to fill time, and two, you can put her on promos, which I don't think they'd be very confident in having Shayna Baszler do.
Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm also going to go for Drew McIntyre.
Going for Drew McIntyre, I think he's going to turn up carrying those 2 kegs from the BT Sport advert. He's going to down them before the match. He's going to toss a caber over the entire ring, and he's going to claymore Brock's head off and then put the WWE type championship into his sporran on his kill and walk out champion.
Drew!
Andy,
Andy, what are you doing?
What?
He just unzipped his pants.
I think it's going to be Drew. I think Vince probably would prefer to have Drew be coronated in front of a crowd, because I know that Vince is really high on him. But the only way to do that at this point, with the path they've chosen, is to have Brock beat Drew. And that is too bad a prospect for everyone.
Did originally have down Drew, but I do think it could be Brock. And, you know, they just do the rematch down... No, f*** Drew.
Andy?
I've already said Drew.
Is it Pete?
Damn right it's me. This is the prediction that could get me to lose Wrestle Week, but I'm gonna go for Brock Lesnar.
For the Goldberg versus TBD match, which WWE, as of the time of recording, are still advertising as Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, despite Roman Reigns and Triple H both coming out publicly and saying that's not happening anymore, and Wikipedia saying Goldberg versus TBD. Apparently, spoiler, it's going to be Braun Strowman going against Goldberg here. I think Goldberg retains.
I think Goldberg's going to retain because he's Goldberg, and if it's not a battle of the spears, because spears cancel each other out, that's the thing. That's how Roman would have won, because his spear negates Goldberg's spear. But Braun Strowman doesn't do a spear; he just does a weird slow charge around the ring that is remarkably slow. So I think Goldberg's going to win.
I think Goldberg is going to retain with his devastating suplex.
Oh, and it's going to be a hard suplex this time.
Oh, it's going to be super duper hard.
The thing is, they can film it several times, so I managed maybe like a wire to Braun's feet so that he could sort of be maneuvered upwards.
Out.
Well, I'm going to go for Goldberg because I've basically been copying Ollie's predictions to make sure I don't lose.
I think Braun Strowman is going to become the new Universal Champion. They always do this. The replacement always wins.
He has got a point. There is a track record of this. However, I think if fans were in attendance, maybe, but I do think that we're going to get Goldberg retaining. I think they do want to do Goldberg versus Reigns.
I think that's everyone. So should we wrap
Definitely
this
not.
up?
It's definitely not. It's definitely still one person left.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in today for our predictions. Let us know what your predictions and picks are for WrestleMania 36 in the comments, and we'll be replying to as many of those as we can. But for now, please click the videos that have just appeared on the screen to catch up with the latest awesome WrestleTalk things, and press another button which will take you to Parts Unknown, where you can watch us do other things like The Fiend Explained or No Rolls Barred, our wrestling RPG series. But for now, I've been Ollie Davis. I've been joined by Andy Datson, Laurie Blake, Adam Blompier, Luke Owen. I'm pretty sure that's everyone. And that was predictions.